Well. We are back. And I had an entire video made about taking the car to the track, potentially, about my turbo getting rebuilt. I don't know what else. It was an update on how the last test session went with the car, which was a total bust. Well, not total, but for the most part a bust. And pretty much had to scrap all of it because that is from my old turbo, and it's about the only thing good that's left, besides the housings. Brought the turbo to a buddy to rebuild it, and upon tearing it apart, just found some stuff that wasn't good. The center bearing cartridge in the turbo is smoked, and there is no fault to anyone other than my own. And it's just something I learned the hard way, or the turbo was like that when I bought it. Keep in mind, the guy I bought it from warned me that it was smoking, so it was never supposed to be a good turbo to begin with, so no fault to his either. Now, when we took it apart, when my buddy took it apart to check it out and he rebuilt it, everything seemed fine. Me and my roommate took it to the gym one night after it got rebuilt, and about halfway to the gym, it just started dumping smoke out of it. And I was like, it's a little weird. I was like, it might smoke when it gets hot to burn some of that oil off, but it was like bad, like real bad. So brought it home. I sent a video to my buddy, and he's like, bring it back out, let's take a look at it. Well, he never got it to seal right, and upon looking at it more, found out that it cut like a groove inside the center bearing cartridge. And so I tried using I hit up another buddy to see if he had a center bearing cartridge we could use, like basically an old S400 series turbo. And he did, and we tried it, and it didn't work because once it was all put back together, the spacing was just enough off to where it like contacted the compressor housing, like the compressor wheel contacted the housing enough to where it wouldn't even spin. So that was a bust. All in all, I come to the conclusion after talking to my buddy who was rebuilding it that I have one of two options. Actually, I don't really have an option. I mean, my one of two options is I can either just buy a new turbo, or I can try and send it to Forced Inductions. But odds are Forced Inductions is going to tell me this turbo's shot, you need a new one. So I have two options. I can either buy a VS Racing 88 is what I was looking at. That'll make plenty of power for this motor. Or I can save up a little extra money and buy a TDI from Tyson at Garage Built. And that would be another 91,104. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Right now, the car has just been sitting for past 2 weeks. I just haven't touched it, haven't had the ambition to touch it. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, kind of. It sucks, but I kind of had a feeling something was bad. Something was going to be bad. I guess the thing that just really grinds my gears about it is if I would have just let it smoke a little bit like it always had, I'd still be able to drive it. could have gotten one more season out of it and then rebuilt it, or found out that I was having this issue. But it is what it is. I can only go forward from here and make some money and get a new turbo ordered for the car. Other than that, that's really it. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like the car, I mean, I was excited. I got a new helmet for the car. I finally got a dash pad in it, which you can kind of see it in the background there. And the car was ready to go. I was not bolt checked. The trans issue is good. I guess that's one thing I haven't talked about since the last video is when I went to my last test session, which was like 4 weeks ago now. I was still having the converter issue where I'd let go of the button and it essentially made it like 60 feet and all of a sudden just blow through the converter. That's what it seemed like it was doing. And in a sense it was. Lo and behold, long story short, I found there's a suction issue after talking to my trans builder. We figured out there's a suction issue and took the pan off and the filter was like all crooked on the pickup tube. And so there's just enough fluid at stationary where it was picking up fluid. It could drive around, blah, blah, blah. Same with on the dyno. Obviously, there's no G-forces on the dyno to pull the fluid to the back of the pan, which would allow the fluid to be picked up by the pickup tube. Anyways, fixed that, and I haven't been able to test it. I was really stoked. I just wanted to get the turbo rebuilt and say, okay, this car's fresh. It's ready to go. No more smoking, no more leaks, no more what have you, and just be ready. Be ready to race, so do some racing this season. And now it's looking like it's going to be down for a little while yet, unfortunately, just because I got to save up money. I've been caught up trying to pay other bills along with paying the fines for that street racing charges I got busted with. And I mean, life's just expensive lately. So, right now, yeah, I just don't have the funds to throw all the cash in the world at this car. I mean, I just got done putting all of my money into the radiator, relocating that to the back, new fans, new lines. I bought, like I said, I bought a helmet, dash pad. I mean, just all fluids. Like it adds up. I mean, if you have a race car, you know it adds up. And I'm not made of money. I don't make that much money. But it is what it is. I work with what I got, and that's just where I'm at. I mean, I figure I'd give you guys a little bit of an update since some people still ask about it. But I do have something in the works that I'm kind of excited for with another buddy, a little side business we're going to start up. Something I've been wanting to do for a long, long time. And I think if it all works out, it should be some really good steady cash flow. And then hopefully I will have the money to travel around a little bit more this year and travel a little farther than just like your normal Omaha trip, because that's not very far from me. So that's really exciting. Other than that, I mean, yeah, a little recap on the testing we did a few weeks ago. Got out there. I'll see. I might post some clips here, but they're not the greatest. They're iPhone clip. They're just pictures of an iPhone, or videos off an iPhone, which honestly I record off an iPhone. It's just what's easiest for me, especially for little videos like this. Sometimes I try a little harder using my GoPro, but I don't know. I almost feel like the quality of these is just as good as a GoPro. You guys gotta let me know. Anyways, we went out there. My buddy Anakin came out with me. We went out there, got the car unloaded. First test pass, it was bad. Basically, I put the car up on the trans brake, and it basically was cutting. And you'll hear it in this clip. So yeah, you could hear it cutting, kind of cut in and out. I was dumbass. I should have let out as soon as it was cutting on the brake. I let off the button and I stayed in it regardless. Again, dumb move. Don't do what I did. Got back out of it and then I laid back into it. It's completely fine. Take a look or start looking at some things. Typical me, I don't data log. So why would I do that? Data's not important. all these other YouTubers telling you data is important are lying. Just kidding, I'm lying. I'm just an idiot. Didn't data log, so we just start looking over what we can look over, looking for boost leaks, fuel issues, AFR issues, whatever. Found out that my fuel pressure is definitely off. So we start messing with fuel pressure. Find out the diaphragm in my fuel pressure regulator more than likely screwed up because my fuel pressure wouldn't adjust really. It was just like a 50 psi, which is high. I should be on like a 43.5 psi system. So we messed with it a little bit to try and get it to correct, and went out and made another pass. Bad. It made it to about the 330 mark. Well, so that's when I knew I was immediately having issues. So I let off the button, got up on the brake fine, let off the button, made about 60 feet, blew through the converter, starved itself of fluid. So I hit the rev limiter, shifted second, made it about the 330 foot mark, and it filled the catch can with fuel and oil. And already wasn't, so I knew something was off there, and I lifted a little bit, and bad pass. I think that one went like a 6.9 or something, so I lifted. And it was fire, and I went back to the pits, cleaned the carb as best I could, let it cool down. I also sat on the trans brake for like 15 seconds because it like rolled out of the beams, and yeah, I should have. That was a dumb move too. I made myself look like an idiot that night, like big time. So after trying to burn down my transmission and washing my cylinders out with fuel, went back to the pits and started messing with the reg a little bit more. Got it down to where we think it was good, and finally went back out and made one more hit. Tried making one more hit. I did an absolutely god awful burnout.
Come on, man, what the fuck is you doing, cuz?
And it still took it. Let off the button. Again, got about 60 feet, had to grab second. And this is a 350 gear ratio and a turbo 400, so it should not be shifting already. It should make it to like 200 feet before it needs to shift. Anyways, made that last hit, and it made it to about 400 feet, 450 feet before I had to lift. And it rolled to a 6.1. I didn't touch the brakes, so I'm thinking it probably would have done like a 5.8, 5.9, which I would have been really happy with, but it had issues. Race cars have issues. They make me want to pull my hair out if I had any. But we get it back, and I discovered the suction issues, blah, 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 and now you're caught up. Yeah, it was very frustrating. This car's been very frustrating. This year has just been very frustrating. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's still a pleasure even being able to have a car like this, because a lot of people dream of it. A lot of people dream that they could be where I am, so I'm still grateful for it, whether or not I have these issues. It's just, in the heat of the moment, it sucks, but it's still a gift. It's a blessing and a curse. But yeah, so like I said, just want to get you guys caught up on some of these videos, and hopefully I have a turbo soon. In like a few weeks, I'm hoping to order one. I might affirm that shit. Just kidding. I won't do that. But yeah, go f yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Get this guy out of here!
I'm joking. I just yeah. Anyone want some cool shit from the turbo? I have this. I don't want to give anyone this. This seems cool. This looks like a new desk ornament. And it's sharp. But I have other shit from it. Have the exhaust wheel. I got the. I got this. This is a cool one. It's also very large. It's bigger than my head, and I have a big head.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. I would consider giving this away. Maybe if I ever hit like 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers, I'll give this thing away. Really know your OG if you get this thing. But yeah. I'm gonna go wallow in self-pity and maybe start an OnlyFans. If anyone's interested. Just kidding. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. If anyone wants to buy my truck, hit me up. I'm not selling it because I'm poor. I'm selling it because I'm poor and I want something else. So don't get it twisted. See you guys.